നമസ്കാരം. തുടങ്ങാല്ലേ? കരിയാരി മണ്ഡലിൻ്റെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ ദിവസം മാധ്യമങ്ങൾക്കായി ഇവിടെ നടന്ന ചർച്ചകളെ സംബന്ധിച്ചും അംഗീകരിച്ച പ്രമേയങ്ങളെക്കുറിച്ചുമൊക്കെ വിശദീകരിക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി നമ്മുടെ മുമ്പിൽ എത്തിയിട്ടുള്ളത് ശ്രീ ദത്താത്രേയ ഹൊസബാലെ. അദ്ദേഹം സംഘത്തിൻ്റെ രാഷ്ട്രീയ സ്വയംസേവക സംഘത്തിൻ്റെ സഹ സർക്കാരിവാഹന്മാരിൽ ഒരാളാണ്. ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യ ജോയിൻറ്റ് ജനറൽ സെക്രട്ടറി. കർണാടകമാണ് സ്വന്തം സ്ഥലം. നേരത്തെ അഖില ഭാരതീയ വിദ്യാർത്ഥി പരിഷത്തിൻ്റെ ABVPയുടെ ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യ ജനറൽ സെക്രട്ടറി, ഓൾ ഇന്ത്യ ഓർഗനൈസ് സെക്രട്ടറി എന്നീ ചുമതലകൾ വഹിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. നിരവധി വർഷങ്ങളായിട്ട് സംഘത്തിൻ്റെ പൂർണ്ണ സമയ പ്രവർത്തകർ.
Namaskaram. Being a person hailing from the neighboring state, കുറച്ച് മലയാളം മനസ്സിലാവും, സംസാരിച്ച പാട്ടില്ല, അറിയില്ല, എന്തായാലും പാട്ടില്ല, അറിയില്ല. So if I travel Kerala for a week, I can pick up 25% of Malayalam. But I have come here only for the last 3 days I am here. So and that too, I am in the midst of people who are speaking Hindi. I am unable to pick up Malayalam so quickly. If I am with Nandakumar for a week, I will definitely pick up. Pardon? He has to speak all the Indian languages and more. Of course, I'm very glad that the media people have shown tremendous interest always in the work of practice and more so in the ongoing Akhila Bharateeya Karyakarani Mandal Baitak. And already our Akhila Bharateeya Prachar Pramukh, Dr. Manmohan Vaidya, has addressed the media here 2 days back, and he has given some of the details that the Karyakarani Mandal Baitak is going to discuss. Today is the second day, and tomorrow, the final day, some of the decisions of the Karyakarani Mandal will be announced by the Sarkari of RSS, Manya Bhaiyaji Joshi. And as you all know, I think the invitation might have already been extended, or it will be due. That Manya Sarkari will be addressing the media tomorrow by noon. Till now, in the Karyakarani Mandal meeting, we have discussed about the expansion of the work, and after the month of March, when the Akhila Bharateeya Pratinidhi Sabha National General Council meeting in the month of March, and we have deliberated upon 2 resolutions and we have adopted them. And also some of the other issues that we have discussed is the Uttarakhand. Last July, August, there was a flood, and just now when I was talking about the State Secretary of Pranta Karyavah Uttarakhand was giving the details about the rescue work that the Sangha Karyakartas were involved, and also the rehabilitation work. He was giving the details there, and I came to meet you here. And also we have discussed some of the organizational matters like our camps, etc. the two resolutions that have been adopted by the ABKM are, one is the growing jihadi radicalization, particularly in the southern states of our country. Although the terrorist, secessionist and separatist activities are briskly going on in many parts of our country, like northeastern states, northern states, like Uttar Pradesh, and some other places also. Particularly, we have seen that there is a spate in the terrorist and violent activities in 4 southern states. Particularly in Kerala, the emergence of outfits like Popular Front with its various frontal organizations have resorted to very violent, dastardly acts to physically eliminate many nationalist forces. Not only that, they have become a threat to our internal security as well. There have been a lot of arrests, but still, all those actions, they point to one thing, that the Popular Front and other outfits, their tentacles are increasing, and it appears made Kerala as their base and also training place here. As you all know, the Kashmir recruitment case has amply proved that the training and also supplying of young terrorist activists are being supplied from this part of the country to Kashmir. So this is a very serious and a dangerous development. And the organizations like Karnataka for Dignity, National Development Front in Kerala, Karnataka for Dignity naturally in Karnataka, Manida Needi Pasarai in MNP in Tamil Nadu, and many such outfits have emerged recently, and they want to rule the roost, it appears. And the cases of the case are proving that there are number of people who are behind this are belonging to such organizations. For example, recently the Tamil Nadu Hindu Munnani State Secretary was killed in Vellore, and after the Velliyappan. And after that, Sri Ramesh, the BJP State General Secretary of Tamil Nadu, was murdered in Salem. And the people who have been arrested, they belong to Aluma. The main kingpin of the whole conspiracy is at large, he is still absconding. And 3 or 4 persons who have been arrested, they all belong to this outfit. There is a serious effort going on in Kerala and part of Tamil Nadu that the Madani should be given bail. As you all know, Madani is a trained boss and he was involved in 98 Coimbatore bomb case, and many other cases are also there. And as I remember, the Kerala Assembly had also passed a resolution for his release. Of course, till now he has not been given bail. And his outfit, there is a serious case that there was an attempt or the conspiracy to attack Sri P. Parameswaranji, who is the very most respectable persons in this state, who was the founder director of Bharati Vichar Kendram and also the president of Vivekananda Kendra Kanyakumari. And when such things are there, again, serious cases are there, how is that political parties and their leaders are trying to associate with such a terrorist, participating in the family functions of persons and trying to welcome him when he was there for some few days for his on parole for his family function, etc. I don't understand. So that means there is a connivance, there is an appeasement policy. The governments are trying to ignore such serious cases of it's nothing but terrorist activity. They want to destabilize the society's the whole life. So Islamic forces, I am sorry to say, I have to mention that the jihadi forces, they have been mentioned in many police cases. It is not a secret today. It is not a mere shallow allegation. There are ample evidences to show that these outfits are involved in destabilizing our country's security on one hand, to physically eliminate the nationalist, particularly the Hindu forces on the other. There are bombs, there are murders, there are attacks. So that's why the Akhila Bharateeya Karyakarani Mandal has taken note of this thing very seriously, and the emergence of these terrorist outfits in this way is a threat, and that's why the Popular Front should be banned and other measures also should be taken. A ban is not enough. The Akhila Bharateeya Karyakarani Mandal demands from the political parties to stop their appeasement policies, to take strong measures, not to go for such demands that terrorists should be given bail. So these are the serious issues. That's why we have passed a resolution against this very speedy radicalization of jihadi movements, and there are cases for this, and as you all know, that's what I want to say. Marad case supposed to be referred to CBI, but the state government is not ready to hear. Why? What is the fear? So, anyhow, there is UPA government there, and why can't you give it to CBI? There is the government which is there. Of course, they may be engaged about CBI by people. That's a different matter. So why they are hesitant to give it to CBI? We don't know. So that's why the Akhila Bharateeya Karyakarani Mandal of RSS has taken very serious note of this whole thing. The lackadaisical attitude of the government should be stopped, and unless and until this jihadi violence is put an end to, the internal security, peace of our country, of our society, and particularly of the Hindu nationalist forces are in severe danger. That's why we have demanded that the government should make a decision, take action, stop these terrorist activities by banning these outfits, as well as taking serious actions by the government, legal and otherwise. So this is one resolution that we have adopted in the Akhila Bharateeya Karyakarani Mandal. The copies of the resolutions are being distributed to you, if anything to say. And there is another resolution about the border management. Our borders are not safe. That's a story which we all know. The truth is that our land borders, particularly in the northern side, right from Gujarat to Tripura, the entire arc, their borders are porous in many places. Pakistan through ISA and other agencies have been attacking. Infiltration is going on unchecked. The Chinese threat across the border, Indo-Tibetan border, right from Jammu Kashmir up to Arunachal Pradesh and beyond. These are things there. But in the resolution, because we have already adopted resolutions on earlier occasions about the threat from across the border by Pakistan or China, we have not discussed that aspect here because we are clear on those things. In this executive committee meeting, we have focused upon the effective border management by our governments. See, along the border, crores of people are living. What about their lives? The ordinary people who are living in those remote villages across the border, along the border, they are also equally responsible for the security of our nation along with the security forces, border security force, ITBP or the army, etc. If the people are not living there with courage, with proper amenities, with love for the land and the motherland, that is not going to be sufficient. So that we have to take care of the ordinary citizens who are living in those hundreds and thousands of villages. So that is why there is the need to rouse the feelings among the countrymen about our borders. Last year, Forum for Integrated National Security, a professional body of the ex-military officers and all, they had organized a program, Sarahad Ko Pranam, Salute the Borders. They wanted to take the youth of this country from all the districts, around 10,000, and show them various border villages up to the last checkpost. And Rashtriya Swayamsevak cooperated with them, and we helped with the FINS, Forum for Integrated National Security, to select the youth from various villages in the country. Around 10,000 youth, students. They visited the borders and the border villages, and crores of people were met physically by these people. They tied Rockies to the local people, brought the earth from there to their home villages. So this is the emotional bond that we can create at the people level, at the society level. The civil societies can do this job, and it was a unique thing. In no other country such a thing was had ever happened. The 10,000 youth will go to the border for 2 days and meet a crore people. But presently what's happening, the last July, for nearly 5 days, I was in the LAC area, line of actual control, that is the Ladakh. I have physically seen the LAC during 1962, after the 1962 war, we have entered LAC along the Indo-Tibetan border. Though people call it Indo-Chinese border, China has occupied Tibet, that's why we call it Indo-Tibetan border. So the LAC area, now the Chinese forces have crossed. In the last 8 years, the local people, I have gone to the Domchuk, the last village of our country. Beyond that, I have seen the border there. And I have seen a dozen villages in 3 days. And I met the ordinary people. See, this is the border, and this is line of actual control. This side is China, and this side is India. Here the Sindhu river is there, within the Indian border. And the Chinese have crossed the line of actual control, LAC, and they have occupied this. And for the cattle pasture land is the entire this stretch. Now that is occupied by China, illegally. And the villagers of this side, along the border, They cannot take their cattle for grazing to this land because the Chinese people are already there. Not only that, in many places they have constructed permanent concrete structures. I have photos of those. I was there for nearly 4 days. I have met ITB people, I met the local sarpanch of the panchayat. There is no electricity in our villages. There is no proper pakka road. I travelled with the ex-MP of the Ladakh, Ms. Tupston, who was driving our jeep. There was no road. And on the other side, Chinese border, there is pakka road, concrete road, all-season road. Here there is no mobile tower. The mobile tower is there on the other side. And many of our villagers, they say their mobile phone catches the network of the other side. There is no proper television center. They can't get the India's channels. They can see the Chinese channels. So this is the problem. And in many places, our people have to go for they are ready to go, as it happened in Arunachal Pradesh, paper visa, they are giving. They invite you, come here for your market needs, for your shopping needs. So our facilities are very, very poor in the border areas. It is an unfortunate thing in the last 50 years, we have not been efficiently done these things. If the people along the villages, along the border, if they are not happy, they will migrate for their better living inside our country. And then the whole border becomes only the security forces will have to manage. So these issues we have taken up in the resolution, that the effective border management is required. For that, an authority should be constituted for border management and development. This is what I said. And also there is a need for coordination between the military and paramilitary forces who are active in those areas, because after meeting the ITBP and the BSF and the military people, we felt during their discussion that there is a need for proper coordination between these, because the paramilitary forces are under the Home Ministry and the military, as you all know, under the Defense Ministry. So there is a need for these things. And the village defense committees were constituted in Jammu and Kashmir, and slowly the state government has withdrawn, and those village defense committees were doing wonderful work in the border areas, because there is a infiltration, as you all know, from Bangladesh as well as from Pakistan. So those infiltrations are to the village. So if the villages have to stop them, there has to be village defense committees. And also from across the border, as recently it happened in Jammu Kashmir, and early morning at 3 o'clock, the terrorists crossed the border and came to the near Samba and attacked in the military fatigue. They were there in the uniform, and they attacked the police station, killed 5 people. So because the border management is not proper. So village defense committees is required, and the fencing of border, that is not complete. On the western front, the Pakistan border, it is to an extent it is okay, but on the eastern border of Bangladesh, it is still porous, and long stretches of border, there is no fencing, and that's why it is free for all, anybody can come. So such a thing has happened. So that's why we feel that there is a need for more effective border management as well as border development. As I said, the infrastructure facilities for the citizens there is a must, because they are the people who are facing the bullets. They are the people who are facing the infiltration. They are the people who have to live there in very difficult climatic conditions. If we do not provide sufficient amenities to our own people along the border, the dangers are more. So that's why we have passed a resolution demanding these things. And there is also a need to, as I said about Sarhad Ko Pranam, there is a need to encourage border tourism. See, our people should not see the border. It will have two benefits. One, people from all over the country, when they see the border, I know every day hundreds of people who go to Wagah border in Amritsar, their patriotic fervor, it gets roused. Anybody who goes there will definitely shout the slogan Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Because when he sees the Wagah border, he will definitely feel for the country. So that's why in order to have this emotional attachment to the border, that should be encouraged. That will have another benefit. That is, the border people, because of this tourism, their livelihood should be increased. They can have better incentives, and also they will feel, as it happened in the case of Sarajko Pranam last year program, ordinary people living in the villages along the border will feel that the whole country, crores and millions of people are with us. They feel that these people are with us. So this is the experience I had in the Ladakh border. I have been to Uri also, where the bus crosses the Indo-Pakistan border, and every week there are 4 times it goes. I have visited most of the border areas in the past 2-3 years in the northern borders. Ordinary people feel that the whole country should be with them. And this border tourism, if we encourage, that will definitely help in 2-3 ways. So that's why the ABKM has passed a resolution called Need for Effective Management of Our Land Borders. So these are the 2 resolutions. I am here to brief these 2 resolutions for you. So if there is anything to ask, then definitely, I think the resolution copies have been distributed. Yes, anything you want?